Okay, I'm gonna try to make this short. I always say that, never works. Anyway, what this video is about is just some tips that we can do at home in order to leave a smaller carbon footprint. When you go grocery shopping, or to Walmart or Zellers or wherever, use reusable shopping bags. Now, we've all heard this, but what a lot of us haven't heard is you don't actually have to use a bag at all. When you get to the checkout, just put all your stuff up on the conveyor belt, push your cart through the checkout, down to the very end where usually your bags are tossed when she's done filling them. And as she's ringing things through, just put them back in the cart. You're going to get a receipt anyway to prove what you paid for. So, seriously, you don't have to use bags at all. Tip number 2 would be compost. Now, I know not all of us have room or the money to buy one of those composting bins. That's fine. If you have a backyard, you should get one of these composting bins. Or at least designate one corner of your backyard to put your composting stuff in. Yes, there will be some wild animals that get into your compost. This is inevitable. Whether it's raccoons or squirrels or chipmunks or whatever, as long as you do not put bones or meat scraps in your compost, it should pretty much be limited to the smaller critters. Now, if you live in an area where you do not have the privilege of having a backyard, save your Pop-Tart boxes, your cereal boxes, any food containing cardboard box, because they have that semi-plastic outside coating and they work better. What you do is you just put your composting scraps in these cardboard boxes. Now, if you're going to use this method, you can put the meat scraps in it, because what you're going to do is when you're done with the box, whether you fill it or half fill it or whatever, and when you decide to throw it out, this is what you do. You put your composting scraps in it, and when garbage day comes along, do not put it in a garbage bag. Just throw it out. Without putting it in a plastic bag, just throw it out. Because it will biodegrade in the landfill where the plastic bag wouldn't. Reuse your old pop bottles as water bottles or Kool-Aid containers. Why pay a couple dollars for a juice jug to mix your Kool-Aid up in? Use a pop bottle, because all you do is put the water in, add the Kool-Aid, and shake. It works great for kids because you can dump the stuff. You can dump the Kool-Aid in the jug. Tell your kid, okay, go fill the jug up. They go fill the jug, put the cap on it, and they can shake it themselves. Now on to some laundry tips. Do not use fabric softener. Not one single person I have spoken to sees any difference using it. If you want your clothes to smell better than they do normally coming out of the washing machine, hang them outside. Because to me, the best smelling laundry is that has been dried by the sun. It smells different. It smells fresh. I can't explain it. You either know what sun-dried clothes smell like or you don't, and to me, it's the best smelling thing in the world. It'll be one less plastic jug that you're throwing away, and it's one less chemical in your clothes. Okay, our next laundry tip is use wooden clothespins. They're biodegradable. When they break, you can just throw them in your compost. If you accidentally drop one in the backyard and you can't find it, so what? It'll biodegrade. It'll break down. Plastic ones won't. So the wooden ones are just better for the environment. Don't use paper towels. Use reusable cloths. Whether you go to the dollar store and buy like an armload of dish towels, or if you actually go out and buy like the ShamWows, it doesn't matter. Use cloth towels instead of paper towels. Now I still use paper towels when I'm cleaning up like greasy messes, like bacon fat or, you know, that grease on the top of your pizza or cooking oil or something like that. Because grease will not come out the same as a water-based spill, such as milk or juice or whatever. So there's nothing wrong with still having paper towels for those greasy messes. But let's just try to reduce the amount of paper towels and napkins and stuff that we're throwing out. And instead of throwing them out, actually put them in your compost. Because, again, they will biodegrade. So now let's talk about bathrooms. We all know that you do not have to flush every damn time you take a pee. Okay? Especially if you're a woman. Most of us, our urine is not strong enough smelling to cause problems if we do not flush every time. So don't. I live in a home. Right now there's 8 of us here in my house. And we flush 3 or 4 times a day. Because we don't need to flush more than that. We really don't. And this is for 2 reasons. 1, most of us are girls. 2, we do not put our toilet tissue, when we pee, in the toilet. We put it in a diaper genie. And when the diaper genie gets full, we take it out and we dump it in our compost bin. I called my local composting station and they said yes. Toilet tissue, because I made it very clear that I was referring to urine-soaked toilet tissue. You can put it in your compost bin. It actually speeds up compost procedure, they said. So buy a diaper genie. Put your toilet tissue, your sanitary napkins, your tampons, and other soiled paper products in the diaper genie. And when recycling or garbage day comes along, you can put it in your compost bin. I don't know about you, but at my location, our compost bins are actually picked up by the garbage guys. They're dumped in a special bin in the truck or something. And anyway, so that's another tip: is don't flush unless absolutely necessary, and use a diaper genie or a garbage can with a lid to put your toilet tissue in. Your tinkle paper, as my sister says. We'll keep the smell in while you're waiting for garbage day to come along. Okay, my last tip, and this should be obvious, but some people didn't think it through. Anyway, most of us have heard that we should trade in our plastic spatulas and utensils and whatnot for bamboo or wooden ones. Great idea. But just like the carpet, we shouldn't automatically just chuck out all our old plastic utensils and run out and buy the wooden ones. When the plastic ones break, throw them out and go replace them with wood. Do not just chuck perfectly good plastic utensils in the garbage just for the sake of going out and buying environmentally friendly ones. Hopefully you can understand what is wrong with that scenario, just chucking out the plastic ones for the sole purpose of going out and buying the wood ones. Don't do it. Wait until they break. That's it. So those are my tips. Hopefully some of them at least are helpful. If you've got any environmental tips that I didn't think of, please let me know. I will be making more videos, and I'd love to have content for in them. Thanks.